Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to take a look at LR KALE CAULIFLA. They got a 200% leader skill with LR Goku and Vegeta. By the way, LR Goku and Vegeta's leader skill is really strong. There's a number of powerful characters we can run on it. Join Forces, Movie Hero 170%, and then the 200% giving to Pure Saiyans. So there's many showcases, and honestly, you could build a very powerful team in many ways around this Goku and Vegeta, right? This unit has flaws, but their leader skill and then their godly link set makes a lot of things work very smoothly, right? Now, LR KALE CAULIFLA. This is a unit that you could, depending upon the stage, you could still get some value out of this character. Of course, I mean, at this point, they're closing in on 4 years old, which is actually pretty crazy to think about. This character on release, I think, may have been as the second best unit ever, I think, on release. STR Gogeta is number 1. I feel like KALE CAULIFLA is probably number 2. As in, like, you take a snapshot of Dokkan and, like, how powerful is the character released at that time. This is probably the second strongest unit ever. I feel like STR Cooler, like, he deserves discussion in that as well. But we look at STR Cooler's EZA. He already had a good kit, right? Like, he had a well-designed kit, strong. He gets his EZA, he's very good. Now, KALE CAULIFLA, I expect this unit to be utterly busted on their EZA as well. I feel like with how good their kit is, they will have to go out of their way to make this unit not busted when they EZA, right? Now, this character, and say another character like LR Tech Gohan, I do feel as though it is very likely that these EZAs might be a long ways off because, like, these characters were just too good, right, when they released. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Also, keep in mind STR Cooler is EZAing, and KALE CAULIFLA came out, you know, 6 months before STR Cooler or something like that. So it seems ridiculous, but a lot of characters all of a sudden are up for EZAs now. So let's go and see how good our girls KALE CAULIFLA are. We'll look at them on the 200% right here. I actually probably, I should do a video on this character as well. This, I would say, is a character that's, like, basically overhated. They are very unimpressive immediately at the start of fights. But, like, they could crush red zone stages, this character. Like, people pretend like this unit just has no viability whatsoever when they can get to a point where they can crush, like, red zone Broly. Like, that does matter, by the way. Alright, so we're at 159k with LR KALE CAULIFLA. Remember, one of the big things with LR KALE CAULIFLA is, so they stack defense on both their 12 and 18 key because they came out just before the Legendary Goku event came out. So they were designed for the Legendary Goku event, right? Like, to sort of stack defense and stuff like that. Like, that's sort of the whole purpose of the character, right? Alright, let's see. So we get 7.1 right there. Okay. And remember, they have a guaranteed additional attack, right? And then they also get guaranteed additional supers if we're fighting a Universal Survival Saga or a Pure Saiyan category enemy. Right? We started off with just a fight, you know, just like a sort of warm-up fight against Cooler right here. After this, we'll probably go to the OG Legendary Goku event. Because in there, you know, a lot of that form of Goku in there is Pure Saiyan and Universal Survival Saga. So, you know, remember, KALE CAULIFLA's buffs activate for both. So they could super, additional normal, super, and then hidden potential system additional is how LR KALE CAULIFLA can work. They also get these, like, stacking buffs, 10% attack per Universe 6, Join Forces, Pure Saiyan, Category Ally. Remember that buff gets higher the more of those categories the unit has. So it's like stacking this team with, like, these, like, KALE CAULIFLA characters like this will give us more buffs. So see, like, we have, you know, Tech KALE CAULIFLA, we have Tech KALE CAULIFLA's SSR, this is LR KALE CAULIFLA's TUR, right? Like, stacking the team with these type of characters will give LR KALE CAULIFLA more buffs. And again, remember, they're stacking defense every single time they attack. They get key every time they attack as well, up to a maximum of 6. They have a great LR key mechanic. Considering this unit is closer to 4 years old than 3 years old, they have a great key mechanic, which is 1 key up to 6 every time they attack. And then they also get a 6% chance to dodge every time they attack as well. They're just, dude, I can't, if you weren't around back then, one of the main reasons that, like, the Reddit dislikes me and stuff like that is how crazy I was going about LR KALE CAULIFLA when they came out. Like, they were so good, no other unit could even compete at all with them. Nothing was anywhere close to what... They have a damn near a modern kit. Like, if you look at what this unit does, it honestly matches up to characters that come out these days. It's just their start of turn attack and defensive buff is 66%. Right, LRs these days are getting 150% and stuff like that. That's really the big difference between this character and new LRs. This unit was so far ahead of its time, and people were so mad. No one cares when, like, you know, Gogeta, Vegito, Broly, right? Like, these types of characters are the best units in the game. People are like, oh yeah, baby, yes, slather me up in it. But when Kale and Caulifla were the best unit in the game, people did not like that, man. No, they did not. Alright, guys, so now we've got a solid little run going here. I guess we could jump into this event, right? So, we're in the Legendary Vegeta event. As we're sort of going through... actually, let me put Kale and Caulifla inside one. I want to make sure that they're able to go full balls to the wall. So, against this Vegeta, right? This Vegeta doesn't become Universal Survival Saga until the very last fight. Throughout this fight right here, the way Kale and Caulifla work is they're going to super attack, they're going to do a guaranteed additional normal, then they're going to do another super attack, right? And then we could activate their hidden potential system additional. But keep in mind, once we reach the final phase against Evolution Blue Vegeta, they can super, normal, super, and then hidden potential system, which it really is just, like, busted, right? Again, this character, the original intention with this character, I think, was to have them completely dominate and disintegrate the original Legendary Goku event. You could tell the way Dokkan will set characters up, right, based upon the content that is relevant. So, many characters these days that are coming out, at least look at the top tier characters. So I'm talking premium characters. So maybe like Int Majin Vegeta, AGL Cell, this LR Goku and Vegeta right here. They're designed with Red Zone in mind, because that is sort of the relevant, difficult content right now. Right, last year, characters were built around tackling the God event. Right, 3 years ago, when LR Kale and Caulifla came out, when Dragon Ball Super Trunks came out, when Namek Goku came out, the strong event at the time was the Legendary Goku event, right? Dokkan will drop a very difficult piece of content, and then they will drop options to help players beat it, right? That's just the style that Dokkan has done for years, and I'm sure most games would do similar stuff, like gacha games and stuff like that, right? So we're at 254k defense. You guys know how this goes. Every super attack they do, they're stacking. It's a busted mechanic, right? Again, I will be very interested to see what this unit's EZA is going to look like. I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon, but with the strength of their kit, I can see this unit really regaining strong relevance and being a very powerful LR once they do get their EZA, because these very strong aspects of their kit are just not going to go away, right? It's like you bump them up to 150% attack and defense at the start of turn, and they're looking pretty good, right? Like, I will be very interested to see what else they could get. Dodge? Damn. Okay, I was hoping that they would dodge right there. Because, remember, all these attacks also give them a 6% chance to dodge. So it's like up to a maximum of 66%. So it's like, you just have to understand that it's like back in the day, you know, this unit would be rocking 500k plus up to 1 million defense, right? And they'd have like damn a 66% chance to dodge while attacking 80 million times. And it's like, you know, like people in 2022 were like, oh, a character like 200k started turn defense like at the beginning of the year, like, oh, that's not really that bad. And think about LR Kale and Caulifla back in 2019, like in runs commonly is getting 500k plus defense, 1 million defense and shit like that, right? Like, just an utterly ridiculous character all around, I would say, this LR Kale and Caulifla. You know, so of course I wanted this to be one of the first 200% leader skill videos I did around this Goku and Vegeta's leader skill, right? Which again is very good, and many strong characters have access to the 200% leader skill from Goku and Vegeta's like leader skill. Like again, theirs is really good, right? We'll be able to see some really nice buffs for some pretty good characters, but I guess we'll do a couple of more turns right here, just sort of see the damage that Kale and Caulifla are able to put out, right? Like they can, with all their additionals, right? Like their defense and their damage is both like, I don't know, like, how good I would call it these days, right? They're just too slow to ramp up, right? It's like, yeah, they could get to, like, 1,000,000 defense and shit like that, but that takes turns and turns and turns and turns. Whereas in the red zone now, it's like, you know, a couple of quick turns, and you're really in the thick of things, right? You don't have all day and night, right, to, like, really build up. So what are we at right here? Turn 5, they're at 355k defense. I mean, that's okay-ish, right, in some of these, like, if we're going into the red zone against, like, a really tough STR boss, perhaps, right, perhaps it could work. You know, one of the stronger STR red zone bosses, Super 17, he does have that key blast absorption, right? And keep in mind that LR KALE CAULIFLA, their 18 key super is actually a key blast attack, so 17 would absorb that. And I mean, you guys know I talk about this a lot too. What's a mark of a good LR? Key mechanic. This is the turn started at 24 key, right? I mean, a lot of this is their link set, Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament of Power, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. By the way, LR KALE CAULIFLA, another character massively buffed by the Link level update, right? Because prior to the Link level update, Battlefield Diva, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament of Power, Prepare for Battle is all just key links that they didn't even really need, right? All they were getting was key from these. Now, Warriors of Universe 6 gives them 6% attack and defense. Tournament of Power gives them 7% attack and defense. Prepare for Battle gives them 5% attack and defense. That's just a bunch of extra stats that they have access to that they didn't have prior to the Link level update, right? So it's like, so many characters did get buffed quite a bit. The Universe 6 girls, Cell characters, Majin Buu characters, GT Super Saiyan 4s, those are some of the characters who ate the hardest off of the Link level update, right? A lot of the villains got a lot better, but dude, these Universe 6 girls, that they all had like 80 key links. They were all overflowing with key links, and, you know, once, you know, those key links got extra buffs on top of it, all those girls got a lot stronger, these characters, right? So, alright, I guess I might just skip ahead a second. Maybe we'll go to the final phase, where we're going up against Evolution Blue Vegeta, and we can sort of see them, you know, just sort of, doing 500 million billion attacks, when we're actually going up against this Evolution Blue Vegeta. But, I mean, dude, it should be fairly obvious, like, this character, they're so powerful for how old they are. Like, you could still, in some niche moments, you know, get some play for them. Right, like, if we're going to run them in the red zone, we're not really overpowering their attack the way it is right now, right? Where, they get the 10% attack per Universe 6, Join Forces, and Pure Saiyan category ally in the team. And that, of course, gets, you know, bigger and bigger and bigger, like, as these units have multiple of those categories, right? But, you know, to do this, we're running, like, Tech KALE CAULIFLA and Tech KALE CAULIFLA's SSR, and LR KALE CAULIFLA's SSR, right? But if we're running, like, you know, like, not a lot of those characters, their, like, damage is gonna go way down. So that is something to keep in mind. All right, let's skip ahead a little bit. All right, here we have another decent turn that we can do. Let's I think I'll actually probably just use a Ghost Session right here. We'll just be a little bit safe. So this is a good turn. We'll have all 7 links activated, of course. So we're up to 445k defense again. This is where, you know, they're just years old, and they're sort of just like, you know, new, really big guns in town, essentially, right? Think about how, you know, back in the day, that 445k defense, that's, like, you're good. And they got dodge on top of it. But nowadays, these bosses, you know, they're doing 1.5 million damage on super attacks and shit like that, right? So, but that's sort of like, it's like KALE CAULIFLA, they're not just sitting on raw defense, they also have the 66% chance to dodge. It's actually stunning how good this character, like, compare this character to other units released around the time. It's ridiculous. Like, what in the Christ were they thinking? I have no clue, man. It doesn't make any sense what they were thinking with this KALE CAULIFLA at the time, right? And again, they were so busted on release, it really makes me think that their EZA is going to be a long-ass way away, right? It's like Tech Gohan. Tech Gohan might not ever EZA. They might just skip him over forever, right? Like, he's still usable in these red zone fights, but I just can't see it coming to, like, time. Like, all right, it's time for Tech Gohan to get a ZZA because they've now EZA'd Dokkan Fest, like, that released 2 years after him. And they're still going to be skipping over him, right? Like, I feel like they don't want these characters who dominated for so long to return at all. I don't expect Kale and Caulifla to EZA for a very long time. Alright guys, so here we get to this turn right here. This will be a really nice turn for LR Kale and Caulifla. 541k defense, so as busted as they are, they're going to be capable of surviving this Evolution Blue Vegeta super attack right here. This is where we could see them at max power, right? So again, they'll super, normal, super, super, and then by that time they're going to activate their hidden potential system. Just a really strong character. They're still fun, right? You could, you know, under a 200% leader skill, we could definitely find some spots to use them in. But let me know what you guys think of our girls, LR, Kale, and Caulifla on the 200% leader skill. Look at the way they ate that. They're so stupid. This Vegeta, right? Like, he could do damage to really impressive characters. And then these two pieces of shit, way too strong for how old they are, right? They just walk in and laugh at this Vegeta. Ha 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 ha, yeah, nice try. I love this unit so much. Listen, I will not be mad. If they make another Kale and Caulifla unit the best unit in the game, I'll enjoy it. I will. Take me back to 2019. These girls were way too good for way too long. All right. So there's our girls, LR, Kale, and Caulifla on the 200% leader skill. As you guys can see, they could still put up decent numbers, right? We could stack up their defense to infinity-binity. You know, we could get them dodging. They could be doing tons of attacks and tons of damage. They're just overall a very strong character with a strong kit, right? Like, even I remember, like, doing tier lists and stuff like that. LR, Kale, and Caulifla's TUR, I was actually ranking in tier lists at the time. Go back to some of those lists I did, like, at the end of the year, and I had, like, Kale and Caulifla's TUR up there next to, like, Blue Kaioken Goku and shit like that, right? Like, they were just so powerful with the dodge and the defensive stacking and all of the attacks, right? It's just, I feel like there wasn't a lot of characters designed like that back then, right? So, again, let me know what you guys think of our girls, LR, Kale, and Caulifla under the 200% leader skill. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.